बातें करने चलेगा?
नहीं नहीं, मतलब ये जूम चालू कर दिया मैंने अभी।
ओके।
8 2 हो गए ना? हाँ हाँ हाँ।
हाँ,
एक
ठीक।
सेकंड को कहाँ गया? अरे yes, I'll start the recording now, and we are live on YouTube as well. Okay, so how many of you all did your assignment for yesterday? And I would request if everyone could on their video so I could also, feel like I'm talking to people and not a computer, if possible. Not a compulsion, just a request if you could on your video. If not today, then from tomorrow, please try to on your video so I could also feel that I'm talking to live people. And yes, so who all did your assignments? Anyone? Did you do yesterday's assignment was have a magical day? So Rashmi ji, Vishaka ji.
Hello,
Anyone would
yes,
like?
ma'am, I did yesterday.
Okay, how did you feel? Did you feel any difference in your normal day and yesterday's?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, every time means I'm used to of making a to-do list, whatever
Okay.
things I need to do. So every time I do it, I follow it since a long time now. So
Hmm.
I put it. I make my to-do list on phone, but I never used to say thank you. But now I have
Hmm.
started doing it. So yesterday now, like it's Diwali, so obviously we have to go out, do this and that, purchasing and all. So not purchasing in this COVID, but yes, something like electronic item and all.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we our day was like scheduled, like we have to do this after lunch, we have to go here, then we have to go there. So I was like, okay, today morning after the session, I was like, okay, I have to clean my room, I have to clean my wardrobe, then after that I have to give orders for Diwali, like for nashta and all, so I have to give it, so she
So
should take
from
the
general
order.
general day, did you feel any difference? Did you feel any magic? Like
Yes,
more
everything
magic?
went out
Yeah.
well, and it was like everything is over now. From tomorrow onwards, we are quite free now. So
Great.
everything was done.
That is
So
amazing.
yes, and I've you said one session task, like whenever you pay something, just write it on your bill. So I've started doing it. Even if my
Yes.
mommy is paying, in that also I write it. When I come
Yes.
home, I
So
take it and I write it.
whenever you get any invoice, just write immediately or after you come home, thank you paid. And
Yes,
this is the fastest way to have more money in your life. Fastest,
yes.
more most powerful. Yes. So that is a
Ma'am,
great way.
is this the way of manifesting money?
Yes. So manifesting as in you are putting more abundance in your money. So if you have 1 rupees, you're generating 1 lakh rupees from your 1 rupee. So you're
Okay,
manifesting more money. Yes.
okay,
So there's no limit to this, and every one of us could be millionaires in this lifetime because there's abundance for everyone, right? So you could also be a millionaire. I could also be a millionaire. Like
mm,
Vrishti is my this thing. She also runs a store, but when I saw that she's joining, so I was very happy that I would love my competitors also to. She's not my competitor, but I would love them to join because there's abundance for everyone. They could also be masters in the apparel world, and I could also be because like film stars hote hain, so Shahrukh can also do well and Salman can also do well, and so can others. So there's abundance. Like how many ever people can become whatever they want to become.
okay.
So yes. So yesterday I
And
also
they,
had a yeah. Tell me.
yes, ma'am, continue.
No, I was just sharing that I also had a magical day. It was much more productive than normal. I had some Diwali cleaning left, and it was extremely productive. So I couldn't believe that, today was just by thanking so much, I could take out so much from today's day. So yes, it was magical, and thank you for sharing, Bishaka. Anybody else has any other sharing about yesterday's day?
Ma'am, can I add one more thing?
Yes, please.
Uh, Regarding money, yes, a few days back I informed you about money. I was thinking, and I got means I was very grateful for having money I deposited in bank. So I was getting more and more money that day. So day before yesterday also I was like a little thinking like my credit card bill is due. So how I'm going to pay this bill? So I was like, it will be done. It will be done. Yes, I'll be getting money in this week, and it will be done. And suddenly means I got an opportunity that I was paying my father's online bill and all, and my father said pay your online credit card bill also, you're paying other bills, so just pay it with my car with my internet banking. And I was like, oh, my credit card bill
Wow.
is off now. Oh, that only I was thinking it should be happen this way. And one more thing I want to add, the reason I was thinking, because the one cosmetic brand Bobby Brown, so they sell cosmetics. So I always was desiring that I should buy few of cosmetic of Bobby Brown, but I never bought. So but I always used to think, but suddenly I don't know what happened. 3 days back I just got a blink on Instagram that they are giving it a 50% discount offer for essential kit. So the worth rupees 7500, the kit is costing now 4500.
4,500. Yes.
So I was like, yay, this only I wanted, because I want two things out of that. And if I'll go for buying two things also, it will end up of 5000 maybe. But I'm getting four products in 4500. So now I was very grateful. Wow, this is a good offer. So I should go for it. I haven't bought it yet, but yes, I'm thinking to do it. So that is a discount I got. So I was very grateful and happy. And I was sharing
And
it
let
with
me just
others.
tell you, if you buy it on Nykaa, then you might as well get more discount by, having your account or something. A little more
Okay.
discount, like 10% more on it or something, 5%
Okay.
also.
Okay. I'll be the first
Yes.
one in Nika to buy it.
Okay. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Bishaka, for sharing. It was a great sharing. That when you start to have magics in your life, then slowly, slowly. Thank you, Rashmi ji and Sangeeta ji, for starting your video. And I had just said when we started the session that it'll be great if all of you all could start your videos, so I could feel like I'm talking to my participants and not a computer. Hi, Swarya. So yes, and Vishaka, thank you so much for sharing. When you start to manifest magic in your life, so you become a master manifester, which takes time, but you become that. Like whatever you think of, whatever you speak of, you become like that. So yes, I would wish all of you all to become master manifestors in your life in every area. Whatever you wish for will come true.
I
So
have to
yes.
share.
Yes, please, Aishwarya.
So I work. So like yesterday, I was asking you about, what if I make a plan and it doesn't work out, and then you said I have to totally believe in it and I
Yes.
have to change my beliefs too, right? So in the morning, so I had basically this quiz due today at like 11:59. It's due, and since the past 5 days, I've done like 1,200 questions. And to pass, I needed 85%, but I was stuck at 83%. I wasn't getting it. And it was due like in like a few hours. It's due in a few hours. So in the morning, I was so grateful about it. And I thanked, that I'm really grateful that I've completed my quiz and I don't have to do any more questions. And I was just so thankful about it that I've done my quiz by 9 p.m. And I'm not kidding you. This is my paper. I got like 88% and it was done at 8:55 p.m.
Wow. Are you serious, Aishwarya? That is so
Yes,
amazing.
and it's all because of you here. If you can see it, it says
Yes.
88%, and
Wow.
8:55 p.m. I completed the quiz. And I was just so grateful in the morning. And I'd been practicing and doing it. I did almost 1,200 questions in 5 days, and I wasn't able to get it. And just
Wow.
today morning, I was grateful about it. So thank you for
Then-
that.
No, thank the book for it. This fills my heart. This makes me so happy that all of you all are seeing magics in your life. Even something small could, this is not small, but even something small could make you feel so powerful, and you feel like you can control what is going on in your life, right? Just by being
Yes.
grateful. Yes. So this was an amazing sharing, and so was Bishaka's. So yes, please keep your videos on, and I would want everyone to be very alert. So today is a very important chapter, and it is heal your relationships. So I would like to tell of all of you all that no matter how rich you get, Like the most important ship that you travel in is a relationship, be it with anyone. So no matter how rich you get, but if your relationships are not proper in life, you will not enjoy anything. So it is important to heal your relationships, and that is one of the main reasons you keep taking births, because you need to heal something with someone. Your desire is like the soul's desire is perfect love. Like, no form of anything other than love will, make the soul come back to this earth for any one person as well. So make sure all your relationships are very pure and only based out of love, which will take a lot of time, of course. But let us see how to heal our relationships. And let me start sharing my screen. And who would like to read today?
I can read.
Yes, can you see it?
I can see it now.
Aishwarya, yeah, please read.
Okay. Magically heal your relationships.
Okay, you can see a photograph which has magic dust on it, like pixie dust on it. So yes, today is about healing relationships with people. And yes, please start.
If you have a difficult or broken relationship, are suffering from a broken heart, or hold any resentment or blame toward another person for anything, you can change it through gratitude. Gratitude will magically improve any difficult relationship. Whether that person is a husband or wife, brother or sister, son or daughter, partner, boss, business client, work colleague, mother or father in law, parent, friend, or neighbor. When we are faced with a difficult situation or a challenging situation in a relationship, in almost all cases, we're not in the least bit grateful for the other person. Instead, we're busy blaming the other person for the problems we have with them. And that means we don't have a shred of gratitude. Blame is never going to make a relationship better, and it's never going to make your life better. In fact, the more you blame, the worse the relationship gets, and the worse your life gets.
Okay,
Whether
so
okay,
yeah, sorry. So, see, if you have a difficult or broken relationship, are suffering from a broken heart, or hold any resentment or blame towards another person for anything, you can change it through gratitude. Now, when I tell you that, do you hold resentment against anyone? You would say, not really. But just think about it. When you have a small tiff or a small fight about argument about anything with your uh, siblings, with your parents, with your spouse or kids, whenever you have it, don't you blame the other person that this person did this, that is why I'm feeling this. I'm responsible for feeling this because this person made me feel this, or because of the action of the other person you're feeling a certain way, right? So you're suffering either from a broken heart, or that is called holding a resentment or blame. So that is one small resentment you're holding, but that leads on to a lot of resentment, and it becomes big, like, right, sorry. So yeah, gratitude will magically improve any difficult relationship, whether that person be it whoever, mother-in-law, parent, neighbor, colleague, anyone. Okay. So when you are faced with a difficult relationship or a challenging situation in any relationship, in almost all cases, we are not the least bit grateful for the other person. Okay, so the last thing you would want, supposing you're having a fight with your sibling, the last thing that you would have in your life is gratitude for that person, right? You'll be like, "Ki my life is in a problematic situation because of this person," and you go on autopilot, and you go on thinking negative about that person. Okay, so gratitude is not the thing that you would want to think about that person. Instead, we're busy blaming the other person for the problems we have with them, and that means we don't have a shred of gratitude. Shred is a small, like a shred of cloth. So you don't have one small bit of gratitude. Blame is never going to make a relationship better, and it's never going to make your life better. In fact, the more you blame, the worse the relationship gets, the worse your life gets. So it is quite natural to, start blaming the other person. My mother did this to me, that is why I'm doing this. My mother could have, anyone, whoever you pick a fight with, or you have a problem with, you could feel that, this person is responsible for this situation in my life. So gratitude is not something that you have with that person. So now let's see what this chapter says ahead and what we have to do. So blame, just remember next time, blame is the last thing. Like, That is the most, that is the thing we do the most, but that is the last thing we're supposed to do. And now let's see to heal, because your ultimate motive is to heal your relationships, right? No matter what. Like, you've not come on this earth to think about what your mother did or your sibling did, which put you in that fight. So how to quickly get out of that fight and to heal your relationship, which is the ultimate desire. Let us see what you have to do. Please start reading from here, Aishwarya. Whether
That whether it's a current relationship or a past relationship, if you harbor bad feelings toward another person, practicing gratitude will eliminate those feelings. Why would you want to remove your bad feelings about another person? Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Bad feelings about another person burn your life, but gratitude will eliminate them.
Okay, so let us first see a worse situation, then we go on to how to heal it. So, whether it's your current relationship or a past relationship, be it any relationship, if you harbor bad feelings, harbor as in when you're holding on to bad feelings towards another person, practicing gratitude will eliminate those feelings. How to remove those bad feelings? By practicing gratitude. Okay. Now, why would you want to remove your bad feelings about another person? Like, you would think, sometimes we end up saying that I will never forgive this person. This person did this to me. I will never do that. And that never do that will stay in your body forever, because you're never going to let it go. You're holding on to it forever. So that is holding on to bad feelings. And that negativity, that I will never forgive this person, will take place into, like, will form into some other energy in your body. It could be any disease. And let me just tell you one thing, the body is formed when you're born. When any child is born, they're not born with knee pain, or they're not born with any other problem. Now that is a different situation. When they're born with some trouble, that is a different lifestyle, like a different lifetime. So that is a whole different scene. We'll talk about it later. Like, this is not the class to talk about it, because it is much more deeper. But in this life, like we talking about, nobody is born with problems. Like, you weren't born with the back problem that you're facing right now, or any other trouble that you're facing right now, right? People who have cancer, they weren't born with it. When you were born, you were born with full love, like, full belief. So when a newborn baby is born, nothing is wrong. But as they grow older, so, nobody said that old age will bring so many things. Old age brings so many problems and diseases in life, because until then they are holding on to a lot of stuff. They've had a long life, they have a lot of experiences. And a person could be, like Milka Singh. The more old he grows, the more active he becomes, because he's rid of anything. He's not holding on to anything. So if you hold on to anything, that will manifest into a disease, any small disease. It could be small aches and pains, if it is a small thought. If it is a raw, like, holding on to a lot of thoughts about one particular person. I have to mute somebody. So everyone's there. Okay. So if you're holding on to something against one person, that could turn, like, what is cancer? How does cancer form? Cancer is only formed by holding on to bad feelings about one person. That because of this person, I am not able to live my life in a certain way. So resentment against one person. So every disease is formed because of our emotions that we feel towards another person. So never, from now on, never say, I will never forgive you. I will never forget what you did. So, yes, all the emotions and the bad feelings that you hold on to will only harm you. And let us see, why would you would not want to remove? That's why the author is saying you would always want to remove the bad feelings, right? Now, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. So now, see, Gautam Buddha has said it in a very simple thing, in a very simple language. Like, when you want to, just throw hot coal to another person, that you're full with anger, and you just grasp onto hot coal into your hand to throw it at another person. So you are the person who is going to get burned first, right? Because you held on to it. And before throwing it, you will either get burned or drop it from your hand before throwing it to another person. It will never reach to the another person, because it is already, doing so much harm to you. So remember this line whenever you get angry next time. So yes, and I would also like to share that please never do anger management, because you only manage things that you love. You wouldn't want to manage anything that is negative. So never talk about anger management, never talk about how angry you get. So I was a very angry person at one time. So and I used to believe that जो जो गुस्सा करते हैं वो दिल से अच्छे होते हैं, these are all stupid beliefs. No, गुस्सा करते हैं वो अच्छे लोग हो नहीं हो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बट गुस्सा नहीं कर सकते हो तुम, because it is only spoiling your life. And today I can tell you that I am rid of anger 100%. Of course, life throws you in situations which can put you, but I can immediately calm down by just remembering this one thing, that this anger is going to only harm me and nobody else. Nobody else, not even one single person. The other person is only thinking wrong things about you, that she's an angry person, or she's this or she's that, but it will only harm you. So next time you get angry about any single thing, how much ever, क्या हो जाएगा यार गुस्सा होके, क्या हो जाएगा लाइफ में? Imagine worse to worse, worse to worse. But right today, make a point that you will never get angry about anything. Okay, so bad feelings about another person burn your life, but gratitude will eliminate them. So the difference between them is very clear. Bad feelings will burn your life just like hot coal, but gratitude will eliminate them. How will it burn your life? How your life, it says. Why does it say your life? Because supposing I'm angry about something about someone, and that person might or might not know. Thank you, Rashmi ji. So that person might or might not know about it. But it is, it is in my body. Okay, that those bad feelings are in my body. They're manifesting into a disease. And I am the only person, no matter how many loved ones I have in my life, supporters I have in my life. लेकिन अगर कोई मुझे disease आया है या कुछ भी problem आई है, supposing a simple thing like headache, my spouse cannot take my headache. कितना भी वो मेरे साथ बैठ जाए, मेरी मदर मेरे साथ बैठ जाए, मुझे दवाइयाँ दे, प्यार करे, बातें करे, बट मेरा हेडेक तो मुझे ही लेना पड़ेगा, राइट? That is something that only I will have to suffer. Similarly, for any other disease, you are the only person who will have to go through it, no matter how much ever other person is supporting you or loving you. So make sure that you just remember this, that it is burning your life. That anger you do not understand right now, but that anger will manifest into some disease. We have never thought about it कि why am I having backache today? जब मैं पैदा हुई थी तब तो नहीं हुआ था. And I can um, just go on doing my work. कुछ भी reason से अगर आपको लगता है backache हुआ, no, sorry, yeah, so backache is not, or anything that you have is not because of any obesity, is not because of the food that you have. Obesity is the thoughts you are having when you are having food. Like, I know people, and I've read hundreds of stories about this. Like, I've done so much research. You can have literally, you can pick food from the dustbin. कचरा खा सकते हो तुम, और तुम इतने पतले और इतने सुंदर लग सकते हो. Reason being, that person, the beggar or whoever actually has it, they are not thinking bad thoughts. They are grateful that today I get to have food. So anyone can have anything, and they could have all the healthy food in the world, kale and spinach and everything. They can have quinoa, they can have anything in the world, and they can still be fat, or they can get diseases from it, because the while having those things, they are having thoughts of negativity, any thoughts that this will make me fat. So even water will make you fat if you have that thought. So while having food, that thought is important. Similarly, in your body, anything could be a bad thought for you if you let that bad thought be in your mind. I will dwell on it more. Let us go to the chapter, and let me dwell on it more. I think I have really researched it a lot. You can read a book, it's called You Can Heal Your Life. So the author Louise Hay, she tells you every single thing. Why does your back ache? If your back is aching, that means what emotion is related to. She's done a lot of research, and her research is very valuable. Today you can just google it, alchemyofhealing.com, something like that. I'll just forward it on group if you guys want, or you can read the book, or you can hear audio book on YouTube if you want. She's mentioned every single emotion that is related to every single thing. Okay, why are you getting a headache? The acne, why does acne come? It is nothing related to your skin. You can literally put literally put keychain on your skin, and it can still glow. So how does it affect? Like some people just put anything on their face, and their face has acne. It has nothing got to do with oily food or anything. So the only reason is when you have small burst of outburst of anger which are not taken out from body, they take the form of acne. This is what she says. So similarly, she has talked about every single thing. It could be a fungus in the body, it could be fat deposited in any area. She's talked about everything. So I would request all of you all to read this book called Heal Your Body. And I'll talk to you more about how our emotions are responsible for diseases in our body. So yes, anger is something that we shouldn't be having. And let us read ahead. Ashwarya, please continue.
Um, if, for example, if you have an ex
Mhm.
partner who is connected to you through your children and the relationship isn't good, look at your children's face and realize that they wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for your ex partner. Your children's lives are one of the most precious gifts you have. Look at your children and give thanks to your ex partner for their lives every single day, as well as bringing peace and harmony to the relationship. Through your example, you will be teaching your children the greatest tool for their life, gratitude. Or if you're
Okay.
suffering from a broken heart or grief due to a relationship having ended, you can use gratitude's magical power to transform your pain. Gratitude magically transforms emotional pain into healing and happiness faster than anything else. And the story of my parents is a perfect example of that.
Okay, so let me just read this, Ashwarya. Yes. So, yes, we went on to the health section about anger, but that chapter will be coming tomorrow. So we'll dwell on it tomorrow about anger. But this chapter is related to anger, to heal your relationships. Like you shouldn't be having anger. And we'll be talking about diseases tomorrow in the health chapter. And today, so supposing somebody has a broken marriage, okay, but they have children. Like a girl has a broken marriage but she has children, so she should be teaching, what she should be teaching to her children is gratitude, how to always be grateful for the husband that she had. Because of her husband she could have those children, and she has such good moments with her children. That is all because of the husband gave the children, right? Like look at your children and give thanks to your ex-partner for their lives every single day, as well as bringing peace and harmony to the relationship. Through your example will be teaching your children the greatest tool for their life, gratitude. So children are the biggest, best creation of God. So what they learn from you is always like children, what they see that they will learn from you, because in their minds your action or your thought process, like the parents thought process or whoever is teaching them, is so full, is so they're so consumed by it that they don't have space for anything else. They do not know how to, even if they don't agree with you, even when a children sees that my father is hitting my mother, he will end up doing that when he grows up. That is that is why there's a saying called, you become like your mother or mother-in-law, and a boy becomes like his father, or he becomes like his father. The reason is, sorry, I'm so sorry for fumbling so much. So the reason is, you have seen your father or your mother all throughout your life, and you have seen them do things and think about things in a certain way. So you do not know any other way. Even if you know it, you have seen it so many times that your mind has it went on autopilot, and it will do only those things. It will not do other things. So yes, your parents, this thing will affect you, and that is why the author is saying you will be teaching your children the greatest tool for their life, gratitude, because you're practicing it. So your children will notice that in small small things, even if they don't acknowledge it, because they're children. And even if they're adults, like you have a 22-year-old son, he might not acknowledge it, but he understands and he knows, because the soul knows at the end what you're doing. Okay, so if you're suffering from a broken heart or grief due to a relationship having ended, you can use gratitude's magical power to transform your pain. Supposing you have an ex relationship, like you might have a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, or ex-girlfriend, or anyone in your life, ex-husband or wife, or whatever relationship, a friend. So you could transform that relationship just by gratitude. You don't need to contact the other person. So gratitude magically transforms emotional pain into healing and happiness faster than anything else. And the story of my parents is a perfect example. So this author will describe the story of her parents, but the only way and the fastest way to transform your emotional pain into happiness and healing is through gratitude. That is all. If you're facing trouble in anything, just remember that you have complained so much about that person or situation that now the only thing that can take you out of this is gratitude. And remember, 1 for 10. In some previous chapter it had come that if you do one complaint, you have to do 10 gratitudes. So in your lifetime, if you would have done at least 20 complaints per day, so if you go for 10 days, you would have done 200 complaints. That means you would have to do how many? 2000 gratitudes for that person for 10 days. And you might know that person for 6 7 years, or maybe even more. Supposing your parents, so you know them for 25 years if you're 25-year-old. And not every day you would have done for parents, for anyone. So I'm just giving an example. That is the amount. This formula 1 for 10 applies in health also, wealth also, and relationships also. Supposing wealth, so you would have all maybe somebody's poor, and 1 year of their life they would, or not poor, they just faced a situation, supposing a COVID situation. Okay, so somebody would have, you know, continuously in one day they would have done hundreds of complaints about money, about how their business is not working. So they would have to work that much. Now they would have to, do 10 gratitudes for every one complaint. So that is how much gratitude you need to do for that complaint to to reverse the situation that you want to reverse. Okay, please continue, Ashwarya.
My mother and father fell in love with each other virtually at first sight. From the moment they met, they were truly grateful to be with each other, and they had the most beautiful marriage I have ever seen. When my father died, my mother understandably suffered from enormous grief. After months of suffering, she began to use gratitude's magical power, and despite her immense grief and pain, she looked for things to be grateful for. She began with the past and she recalled all the wonderful things of happiness she had received through the decades with my father. Then she took the next big step and she looked for things to be grateful for in the future. One by one she found them. She found or remembered things she had always wanted to do but didn't have time to do when my father was alive. And with this courageous step of gratitude, opportunities to fill her dreams magically poured in, and her life became rich with happiness again. The magical power of gratitude gave my mother a new life.
Okay, so I hope this is clear. This is just she's describing what happened with her mother, father. They had a perfect relationship, and when her father died, what happened, and because of the suffering that she was having, how she could, turn her life around and be happy again with the gratitude. So yes, if you have lost a loved one recently, it is, absolutely okay, because everyone is on their own journey. You really have only this book is teaching you control on your life. So that is enough. Like, if in this lifetime, if you learn to control the universe according to your, like, your own life, that is more than enough. You cannot really control anybody else, how much ever you try. It will be a waste at the end. Whenever, like, you could realize it much earlier in life, or you could realize it much later in life, or never realize in this lifetime, but you do not have control over anybody else but your own self. And the world will, you have your own, ऐसे बोलते हैं, तेरे राहु केतु ऐसा चल रहे हैं and all that. So that means that, you have a world of your own. You have your own rahu, you have your own ketu, you have your own sun and moon. So yes, this is another law which, is, I've studied in another book. It's called the law of you. So your world is a mirror. Whatever you're thinking in your thoughts, whatever is your dominant thought or non-dominant thought, the world is showing around to you always. So remember that. I'm not dwelling upon it much. But there is a law of you. It is never because Aishwarya is coming in this session. It is because I would have done something that she's coming in my world, and she would have done something that I'm coming in her world. So yes, it is the law of her for her, and it is the law of me. Not because Aishwarya would have done something to, you know she did something, that's why she could come in my session. No, I attracted her in my session because of something that I did. And similarly, she did something that she had to attend my session. So it is always a law of me. Whatever happens to me in my world done by anybody other than me, anybody, it doesn't matter, because I have attracted in my life. Every word spoken to me by anyone, if it's a taunt or if it's an appreciation, it is by someone, but it is my thought. मैंने वो कहीं ना कहीं सोचा होगा, इसलिए दूसरे इंसान ने मुझे बोला है, या कोई भी सिचुएशन मेरी लाइफ में आई है. So yes, so she turned around, she let go of her spouse whom she loved a lot, and to undo her grief, she used the magical power of gratitude to build more happiness in her life. So yes, where were we? Sorry. Yes, please continue, Ashwarya. And please, all of you all, just let me know if you think that we are going off topic anywhere, or if you think that you cannot connect to what I'm talking about. Like I started talking about health in this relationships chapter, or another lifetime or anything. So please ask me, like, how are you connecting this? So I will explain to you the concept, because when I'm explaining, maybe I'm not put out the relation that I'm how am I relating, but please ask me if you are not able to relate. So yes, Aishwarya, please continue.
For today's magical practice, you're going to look for a hot coal that is burning your life and literally turn it into gold through gratitude. Choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. It doesn't matter whether the person is currently in your life or if it's a past relationship and the person is no longer in your life. Sit down and make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for about the person you've chosen. Think back through the history of the relationship and list the great things about the person or the great things you received from the relationship. The easiest way to do this is to think back to the way things were before the relationship deteriorated or ended. If the relationship was never good, then think hard about any good qualities in the person because they are there.
Okay. So yes, please continue.
This magical practice is not about who is right or wrong, no matter what you feel someone has done to you, no matter what someone said or didn't do. You can magically heal the relationship and you don't need the other person in order to heal it. There is gold in every relationship, even the difficult ones. And to bring riches to all your relationships and your life, you have to find the gold. As you dig and discover a nugget of gold, write it down, address the person by name, and express your sentence in gratitude. Name, I'm grateful for what?
Okay. Ash, I'm just gonna read these 10 statements, and then you can continue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, just a second. So yes. So for today's practice, what you have to do, so see how this book is telling you that only you are required to heal your relationship. You do not need the other person, you do not need to tell the other person, you do not need to contact the other person. So today you have to look through. So now your first question would be, which person should I choose, who should I choose to do this practice with? So you can do it with any amount of people, but for today, just choose one person. So because we are following the book, and it is teaching us to do it. When you have so many to choose, so you don't know how to, you won't know how to do it properly. So just choose one and try. If you look, if you could find things in that person. So choose one hot coal, that means one situation which makes you angry, or one relationship that you want to change, be it an ex relationship or a current relationship with anyone. It could be your parents. A lot of people have troubles with parents, or siblings, or spouses, or friends, or neighbors, anyone, work colleagues, your boss, anyone. So yes, choose one difficult problematic relationship you want to improve. Doesn't matter, make sure it is an important one. Like, don't do it with an acquaintance, because make sure that you are trying to heal that relationship. It is important to you for this lifetime. Okay. So yes, if yeah, sit down and make a list of 10 things you're grateful for that person. Think back through the history of the relationship and list the great things about the person, or great things you received from the relationship. The easiest way to think is to think before, like, whatever happened before the relationship deteriorated. So that means, or you could just think of good qualities. Supposing you have a sibling, and you have a fight since a long time, or since 2 3 months you're not talking to your sibling, be your brother or sister. So think about all the things that your brother or sister has done for you until now. Like, just sharing the TV remote, or sharing food, or doing any having any amount of fun, or helping other people, or distributing food to beggars, or anything. Or if you have not shared that much amount of time with any relationship that you're looking for, then you can just write the good qualities about that person. That I like the sense of humor of this person. I like how this person is so beautiful or so handsome. Or you could write, this person always brings me stuff when they go out shopping, or this person always makes me food. Anything, if they're in your life, they're doing something, right? Like anything they're doing, they're helping other people that you know. So yes, you could find any 10 qualities that you find in that person. And yes, written list of 10 things. So make sure you don't do it in your mind. It is an important thing. The more you give power to it, the more it will give back to you. So yes, sit down and really write 10 write a list of 10 things you're grateful for that person. And find the gold in that person, meaning name I'm grateful for. So I could say Ashwarya, I'm grateful for. Not Ashwarya because I don't have any problems with her, like whoever you have a problem with. So supposing this person has a problem with a certain Paul. So example would number one would be Paul. I'm grateful for a time together. While our marriage did end, I learned a lot. I'm so much wiser today, and I use what I learned from a marriage in many of my relationships today. So if there's a broken relationship, Paul is a ex husband. So what could you, like, you have so much resentment about your ex-husband, how would you find good things about that person? But still, this author is giving us 10 examples. So one could be that in spite of our marriage being ended, I learned so much, I'm so much wiser now, you gave me a lot of sense. So this is one thing. Second, Paul, I'm grateful for everything you did to try and make our marriage work, because 10 years of marriage means you did try. So it lasted for 10 years. That means the other person would have put in some effort, right? It might have lasted for 6 months, but it did last for some time. So, yes, thank you for the efforts. Third, Paul, I'm grateful to you for our children. The joy I receive from them every day could not be without you. Yes, the author could not have, author, nahi, like this example when we are taking. So, this particular person could not have children without a husband. Number four, Paul, I'm grateful to you for the hard work and long hours you put in to support our family while I was at home taking care of our children. It was a big responsibility to have all of us dependent on you. So thank you. So that person was so Paul was earning for this. These are just examples. You can find anything. They're just trying to tell you that even in a situation when she has an ex-husband, she's trying to find whatever good she can find in Paul. So yes, Paul could earn money and she could be working at home. Number five, Paul, I'm grateful to you for the precious moments I had with our children as they grew up. I got to see our children talk and walk for the first time, and I know you didn't have that opportunity. So okay, she might have separated, and she saw her children talking and walking, and Paul couldn't see it. So she was thankful that she could see those moments with her, spend those moments with her children. Number six, Paul, I'm grateful for your support when I went through a difficult time of grief and loss. Okay, so the support Paul might have provided. Number seven, Paul, I'm grateful to you for the times when I was sick and you did your best to take care of me and the children. She might have gotten sick, and her ex husband would have taken care of her. Number eight, Paul, I'm grateful for the great times we had, and we did have many. And I'm sure or she would be grateful for all those time that she had with Paul. Number nine, I'm grateful that you want to continue to be a father to our children. Even after relationships end, a lot of fathers continue to be fathers to their children and not break relationships. Most of them, right? So this is what she's grateful for. Number 10, Paul, I'm grateful for your support and the time you want to give to our children. I know they mean as much to you as they do to me. So Paul would be coming to meet his children, and that is why she's grateful. So see, even in an ex-husband, she found so many things she could be grateful for, and I'm sure you could find it in any person. If supposing you decide today, you decide to heal one relationship and you cannot find anything, you have to find 10 things at least, and I guarantee you will find 100 things if you really sit down and think about it. If you really cannot find it, please contact me and let me know about your situation. If you cannot talk about it on public platform, please call me. I will help you with finding good things about that person. So I hope everyone understood. If not, you can contact me. And Ashwarya, please read from here.
By the time you've finished your gratitude list of 10 things, you should feel much better about the person and the relationship. The ultimate point you want to reach is where you don't have any bad feelings toward the person anymore, because it's your life that is harmed by those feelings. Every relationship is different, and if need be, you may choose to repeat this magical practice over several days until you reach the point where you don't have any bad feelings toward the person anymore. If
Okay.
you're
By
using
the
gratitude,
time, sorry, Ashwarya, by the time you have finished your gratitude list of 10 things, you should feel much better about the person and the relationship. Okay, so one secret that I'm going to tell you that I follow in my life with my family members also, with even with my spouse, is whenever I have a fight, the first thing I do without letting the my mind blame the other person or situation, like for me now, what is important since I've been following this book, whatever situation I am in, I don't give I don't focus my energy to the situation that इसने ऐसा क्यों बोला ऐसा क्यों किया, I could have said this. I don't say a single word. I don't कुछ भी नहीं सोचती उस situation के बारे में. The first thing that I do is I sit down and I write how much ever gratitude I can for that person. So many times, be it siblings, when I go to my mother's house, or be it my sibling, or be it my spouse, or anyone, the first thing that I do is not think about the situation. And instead of thinking about the situation that I am in, I just want my motive is to let go of the situation, right? To let go of that situation, immediately what I do is I sit down and make a list of 10 things, at least 10 things, and then I keep building onto it until I feel better. So the first thing you do when you have finished your, hello, can you guys hear me?
yes.
Yes.
I've lost my screen. Just a second. Can you see the screen?
Yes, but it's
Yes.
very small.
Yeah, I can see it now. Sorry, I had lost it. So yes, you should feel much better about the person and the relationship once you start doing this practice. Okay, so this really works, and I apply it every single time. I have a small tip also, or even if I have a negative thought about any person, so I sit down and write 10 things, so that I don't have those thoughts, be it how much ever, right? Like you could think that it is a fact. I am only thinking what is right, that that person is a bad person, or that person has done something wrong. It's okay, doesn't matter, because you're not focusing your energy towards it. So immediately, if you have said a wrong thought or thought about a wrong thought in your mind, sit down and write a list of 10 things. So the ultimate point you want to reach is where you don't have any bad feelings towards the person anymore, because it's your life that is harmed by those feelings. Okay, so yes, I do it out of self love. The ultimate point is you don't want to have any bad feelings, no matter how bad a person is, whatever wrong they're doing in your life. It is not my job. Karma works for everyone, and karma will look into them, like whatever right or wrong it is them. I don't want karma to whatever it is their relationship with karma. What I want for myself ultimately is I don't want to have bad feelings for that person, because that bad feeling will stay in my body, and I will have to get rid of that bad feeling any which way. So what I decide is to have gratitude by getting rid of it immediately, and not putting any aches or pains. So when you wake up in the morning, the evidence of you not having any bad feelings about any person in your life is you wake up fresh and excited for the day. So if you have any small aches and pains, remember that you have some bad feeling, and every day from now on, try to not have any bad feelings. See, your job is not to correct other people at all. Let them be however bad you want, but you be the person जिसको सिर्फ अच्छा ही दिखती हो, जिसको सिर्फ जो कितना भी बुरा इंसान हो, लेकिन उसमें आपको सिर्फ अच्छा ही दिख रहा है. You be that person, so that you can serve your life. It is that is also only for you, not because you want to be a good person and all goody goody. No, that is so that you don't have any trouble in your life and you don't burn your life. So every relationship is different, and if need be, you may choose to repeat this magical practice over several days until you reach the point where you don't have any bad feelings toward the person anymore. Okay, so until you stop having any bad feelings about that person, you need to do this practice every single day, or with how many ever people you want. If you're using gratitude's magical power, okay, Ashwarya, I think you have to read this.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're using gratitude's magical power to improve your current relationship, you will see. Uh, you have to remove the bar. You will see the relationship begin to change miraculously before your eyes. It only takes one person to magically change a relationship through gratitude, but it is the person who uses gratitude who receives the benefits in their whole life. If you chose a past relationship where you are not in contact with the person anymore, you will feel a peace and happiness fill you. And at the same time, you will see other current relationships in your life magically improve. In the future, if a relationship becomes challenging, remember to use this magical practice immediately. You will stop the difficulties before they get any bigger, and instead, you will increase the magic in the relationship.
Okay, so yes, let me just read this again. Yes, if you're using gratitude's magical power to improve a current relationship, you will see the relationship begin to change miraculously before your eyes. Okay, so if you like, supposing for this example, let us say your daughter, if you decide to or your son, okay, your kids as in. So if you decide to use this magical power to improve a current relationship, you will see the relationship begin to change miraculously before your eyes. Okay, you will see miracles that you have never seen before. It only takes one person to magically change a relationship through gratitude, but it is the person who uses gratitude who receives the benefits in their whole life. Supposing you are the mother and you are doing it with kids, so make sure you don't complain to your kids that I am doing so much gratitude for you and you are and ending up doing you end up doing this. No, you cannot complain to that person. No complaints in this relationship, and try it wholeheartedly with your, like I am taking the example of kids. You can do it with anyone. If you're doing with your kids, you will feel that your kids have changed. You won't know that it is, you won't believe that with your gratitude's magical power, so much change could be brought about in kids in such a short time. So it only takes one person. Okay, so yes, if you choose a past relationship where you are not in contact with the person anymore, supposing your ex-husband or boyfriend or girlfriend or anyone, you will feel a peace and happiness fill you, and at the same time you will see other current relationships in your life magically improve. Okay, so maybe that person isn't alive anymore. You could do it with people who are not on this earth also, and that doing gratitude with that person will fill you up with so much peace and happiness. Because you're trying to heal something in you, right? So it will be healed in other relationships also. So as Bishaka was sharing that she's doing gratitude for some for some particular things in her life, maybe money. So she's starting to see other small magics also happening in her life. So similarly, if you start to do these practices for any one person which is a past relationship, or the person doesn't exist anymore, then also you will start to feel the same magics with other people currently in your life. Okay, in the future, if a relationship becomes challenging, like any relationship becomes challenging, remember to use this magical practice immediately. You will stop the difficulties before they get any bigger, and instead you will increase the magic in your relation. So trust me, I have literally changed my life because of this practice. Whenever you have any trouble, just to calm yourself down, you don't need anyone. Let gratitude be your best friend forever. Like literally make gratitude your best friend. And how, whenever you have any trouble, just sit down and write in your journal how much and whatever you're grateful for. So if you have a trouble with anyone, just sit down and write it. So yes, Ashwarya, please continue.
Magic practice number 15. Magically heal your relationships. Number 1, count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings, write why you're grateful, reread your list, and at the end of each blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. 2, choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. 3, sit down and make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for about the person you've chosen. Write it down in the following way. Name, I'm grateful for. I think
Sorry.
I have to remove the bar. Name, I'm grateful for what? 4, just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words thank you for the best thing that happened during the day.
Okay, so yes, I think it is pretty clear. This first exercise we have to do every day. and one difficult problematic just choose one for today, okay? Because you have your entire life to change whatever you want, but for today let us just choose one to see how much magic you can create. Because when you have 10 relationships or 2 3 relationships to change, your energy will be focused accordingly. But you take just one relationship with your father, with your kids, anyone, just one, your entire focus will be on that. And today, after writing these 10 gratitude, like Ashwarya, I'm grateful for whatever it is, okay? So after writing these, make sure entire day you think about good feelings about that person, about that one difficult relationship that you have chosen. And at the end, you have to do the magic rock exercise. And tomorrow we'll be talking about magic and miracles in health, which is a wonderful chapter. So yes, so let me know.
Mahima, can I ask a question?
Yes, please ask.
If you're working on a relationship that you choose to improve, I understood that you make a list of 10 things you're grateful for. Supposing it's your spouse or your children, you list down the 10
Hmm.
things you're already grateful for. But can you also put an affirmative statement of things you want to improve? Like, if, for example, you want your spouse to be more tolerant. So, can I also write that in the present tense, stating that thank you for being tolerant, even though if he is not? So can you mention that already or you can't?
Okay, so what I would like to tell you, you could definitely do affirmations. You could do a lot many other things. So, like
Right.
yesterday also I got a call from someone asking, okay, can I do meditations? Can I do forgiveness? Can I do this also? Can I do that also to quicken up to quicken the process of whatever I'm trying to heal or manifest in my life. So I would say there are a million things
Right.
you could do, but right now, as I had mentioned earlier, we are learning the ABCD. And as I mentioned, that when you choose 2 3 relationships, your focus will be on that. Like your focus will be divided
Right.
into that. So what I would suggest, like for today, just make sure that you do it for only one person and you only do gratitude. Of course you can do it if you feel that
Okay.
like somebody, like a lot of people from this class have been following the book and doing this since a long time. So maybe they have seen the difference and they have just surrendered to this book. That is why it's been time to them, right? So if you're doing it, I don't know if you're doing it
Right.
for the first time, is it, Fatima?
No, I've read this book before, but I've never done it in such details.
Yes. So if you're doing it, actually doing the practices today, I would really suggest that just do the gratitude today and see the kind of magic it can have in your life. And the affirmations and all, you can keep doing side on the side, but just make sure that your focus is
Okay.
not lost when you're doing the 10 gratitude. Other things you can write. And also one more correction. So affirmations is something you can do, but never say tolerant. Like tolerant is not a very nice and a desirable word, right? As if you would have seen yesterday's
Okay.
this thing session, I had said that talk about good
Right.
things. Like tolerant is not a very nice word. So just say my you could say
Okay.
my husband celebrates me, or my spouse loves my existence, or I love his existence, or he
Yeah,
celebrates the
but my
existence.
question is,
Hmm.
I understood what you're saying, but see, what my query is, I understand the 10 things you write that you're already grateful for, right? Okay, supposing he's already very kind, he's very generous, he's very loving, I will list that, right? But if
Yes.
there's an issue, maybe I feel he's not understanding. So can I write that in the present state that he is understanding, or I just list what I'm already grateful for if I want to improve the understanding quality in him?
Yes, that you can write. Thank you for giving me a
Yeah, that
very
is what I wanted to
understanding
ask.
husband. Yes, see, that you can write. That is not
Okay,
a problem.
okay. Yeah, that is what my question was. I understand the gratitude, but if there's one trait that bothers me, suppose if, like, if my child is not obedient, for example, right? And I'm writing
Hmm.
10 things that I'm already grateful for, like he studies well, he eats well, whatever it is, right? But supposing I say he is not obedient, so obviously I will not write the negative part, right? So
So
can I
what you can
already
do,
write
I
in the
got your
10
point.
things on it? Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
supposing you have one quality in your child that you don't like. So today, write
right.
for today's assignment, now write what you actually like about your kid. And in the morning when you're counting your
Okay,
blessings and writing a journal, now in that time you can
right.
affirmate and write, thank you that that I have such an obedient child. You can do that. Like something that you actually want and it's
Okay,
not
okay.
already there. So
Want.
start being yeah, want. So start being thankful for that in your count your blessings exercise. Or you could also do the
Okay.
magical way out of negativity chapter. You can read and understand how you can change
Right, right.
Yes, but for today's exercise, right, which you are actually grateful for.
Be
Yeah.
grateful for. Okay,
Yes.
understood. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Thank you so much, Fatima. Any other questions about this chapter or any previous chapter? Any other sharings anyone would like to share? And please start your videos if any of you are comfortable. So I'll also, yes, thank you so much. I'll also feel like I'm talking to people. Any questions? Once again, any sharings? We have spent 15 days until now, and I would love for all of you all to share anything, any small magics that happen. Hi, mommy. So anything anyone would like to say? Any
Uh,
sharings?
yes, Mahima, I'd like to
Yes.
share.
Yes,
Yesterday,
please.
when I did the practice of, giving thanks in advance for how your day goes, of course, I did it in the morning and my day went normally. But in the evening, I had some particular work that I needed to get accomplished. So I decided that, okay, before I need to get the job done, I have to get two things in order, like so that I can get this particular work done. And I just visualized for like a couple of seconds what I wanted. And I said that, oh, thank you that, okay, my kids have gone to sleep early. I have eaten my dinner and I have managed to get this work done very well. And it went off so well. My son never sleeps on time. I don't know how he slept on time yesterday.
Hmm.
And I went to my friend's house. I got my work done. And in fact, we came up with so many new creative ideas which wouldn't have happened otherwise. We were brainstorming, but things just fell into place so well. So it worked
Yes,
out very, very well. So I had a very good evening and I managed to get my work done. So I was very happy.
that is great. I'm so glad you had a magical day. Owing it to the gratitude or not, I don't know, but that's
No,
great,
completely. I completely believe that there's no coincidence. There's always a reason. And I'm understanding what the difference is in just having a good day, but when you're consciously creating one, there's a very big difference. So I am seeing
Yes.
it in my day-to-day life because I compare it to what my life was maybe yesterday when I did not do the gratitude and today when I do it. So what is the difference? I try to see that. So I'm more I practice it more religiously. Then if I see the benefit, then I'll obviously do it more.
Yes, that's true. So thank you so much, Fatima, for sharing. And let me just tell you, when you have a kid, okay, the kid has
Right.
made a drawing. I don't know if I've given this example or not, but if you go around telling people that my kid has drawn this and this is so amazing, your kid will start feeling like an artist. The more people you tell, the more appreciation he feels. He will be more, he will have more belief in himself, and he will start making more good drawings. It is the
Right.
same with magic. The more you acknowledge it, it happens with anything. So now you understand that there is some power, right? There is some shakti, there is something that is this magic is something, because it is taking place in so many. And even when it is taking place in our lives now, even when you look back at the past, you will see that you've always practiced it somehow. Like, you could think of any past thing in like 5 years ago or something, that because of your power of thinking, of your gratitude, you would have manifested something. So now you know that there is something. So the more you put your faith into it, the more you talk about it to other people in this session, to yourself, the more belief you put into it, I can guarantee you it will show you more magics. It will show you such magics. It is miraculous. Like Fatima said, that you don't have to think of the how. She did not think how her son went off to sleep so early, which has never happened before, but it happens. Something that's never happened will start, like, things will start happening on their own. You don't have to worry about how. You might have never imagined a situation like you could be swamped with money. Like, money is something that I'm really very powerfully creating in my everyday life, and I'm very confident about it. So when I keep talking about it, it comes to me more. Like, i uh, I have a particular, like, of course everyone gets a particular fixed amount, right? But I have much more than it. The months that I'm very grateful for, since like 4 5 months, I'm starting to be extremely grateful for it, and I get so much more than I used to get from the universe I'm talking about. So the universe decides to give me much more even during this lockdown. And I talked about Ambani's also. Just with their gratitude power, they could generate so much money. So yes, you could do it with your health also. Health is something that is very easily doable. Like for some people it could be money, for some people it could be health, for some people it could be relationships. But trust me, it works in every area in life. So yes, start talking more about magics and share them here if you're not comfortable in your real life talking about it with other people. So this is a platform all of us have been given where you can talk about anything and people will just trust you. And I would also request to start your videos so that you can put all your focus into into the session and not do your mobile while doing my sessions. I was using my mobile while listening to it. That what do I do when I'm listening to the sessions, to the session that I was listening to, or I was doing some work simultaneously. But now I realized that when I'm not doing those things, when I'm not doing my mobile, I'm not on my mobile or anything. I have my full focus. Every word is dwelling into my mind more and more and more. I keep thinking about it more. So yes, that is also something that I would like to ask you guys for. So yes, any other sharings or anything, questions, if any?
Mahima, I also just want to take this opportunity to thank you because I can't tell you from the time I started this practice, I just feel what a better way. We couldn't have had a better way to end this year. This has been a challenging year for most of us, but at least we've learned something so valuable that in amidst such a crisis, we are learning to be grateful. So what better can
Yes,
come out of this, you know? And
yes,
I just feel that every day I look forward to this practice and it teaches me something new. So I think it's an investment for life. So thank you so much. It's
thank you,
and I'm just
Fatima. Yeah,
I'm having so many epiphanies and so many new ideas coming only because of doing this practice. Because I'm consciously
yes.
doing it every day, and I'm sure all of us find the benefits of it in some way or another. But thank you so much. This has really been great. Thank you.
Thank you for attending my sessions and giving credit to these sessions, Fatima. Thank you so much. The more you do it, the more magics come into your life. And yes, this year has been like it has come into our lives to show how much we need to be grateful. This is the year that we'll remember all our lives. And I want all of you all to remember 2020 as not a bad year, but as the year which taught us to be grateful and change our lives forever. So the life you had before 2020 and after should be entirely changed because of this gratitude practice. This is what I wished for all of you all, and I really wish that you could, there's still two more months, and I want that you practice so much you gratitude in your life that your entire life changes, even though the world changes or not. But I truly believe this year has come into our lives to show us that you have to be grateful for whatever you are. First value that, and then I will give you more. This is what it has taught us. So yes, very good point, Fatima. Thank you for sharing. Any other sharings or anything?
Yes, agreed. Because this year is a blessing for us if we think. Because everything has two sides, positive and negative both. But it it depends person to person what they think. Sometimes it may be positive and sometimes it may be negative. But what the person think, it depends on that person,
Right.
because it happened to ourselves also. Sometimes if we see one situation and we see the
Sorry.
situation differently, so we also have the two ways to think it, two ways to see that situation. So I completely agree. Whatever we want to see, we will receive it. If we want to
Yes.
see the positive, everything will be fine and good and you are in happy mood. And but if there is something missing or anything, so you will see the negative, and you are not hurting any other person, you are hurting yourself. You are in bad mood whole day and you are spoiling your day. Your day is not productive. So it's up to you what you want to see. You want to see positive or negative, so both are in your
I
hands.
totally agree, Rashmi ji. The only thing that can harm you is your thought. So, like when a ship is there, you are so correct. It want me to, give. I wanted to give this example to just add on to your point. Your point is very valid. And when there's a ship, like, there's a ship, but you put water in the when the ship is sailing and you put water in it, it doesn't matter. Like, if when the ship starts taking the water, it has a hole in it, then the ship sinks. Otherwise it doesn't sink, sorry. It doesn't sink until the ship decides to, hold on to that water. If the ship decides that, it doesn't hold on to water, it will not sink. So it is the same with your thoughts. Whatever situation life is throwing at you, if you think that, I mean to say, only your thoughts could harm you, nobody else's. Because people will always come from whatever place they are. They might be negative or positive. How much ever negative people or situations throw at you negativity, but your thoughts can always change them into positive thoughts. So yes, I agree with you completely, Rashmi ji, that we have to be positive in every situation. And remember this, let gratitude be your best friend always. No other person, just gratitude be your best friend other than you. So yes, thank you for sharing, Rashmi ji. Does anybody else has any other sharing or question?
Ma'am, you were talking about one book in this session
Yeah.
about. So, do you have that book, or can you share it in the
I
group?
can share an audiobook also, and I will share the name. It is called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And there are other books by this author, but this is based only on health and how our emotions. It is all scientific, huh? The gratitude and everything that we are talking about. It is not just one concept taken from somewhere and one person has decided to spread it. No, it has all been proven scientifically. You can see the rice experiment also. So what is the rice experiment is, you can just take cooked rice in 3 jars, put it in 3 jars and fill it with, half the water. And after 21 days, 30 days, any amount of days, like adequate amount of days, you can write on one jar, write I hate you, and speak bad words to it. Take another jar and ignore the jar completely, do not do anything. And take the third jar and say, write I love you on it and speak good words to it. Scientists have done this experiment so many times. They have seen it after 30 days or 21 days, and the entire atoms have changed. Like, the negative jar has become more negative. The I hate you jar and I love you is blossoming. Like, even after 30 days, it is blossoming, it is in full fresh. And the I hate you and ignore jar are smelling like the same thing, same rice, same water, but only the power of our words, only the power of our thoughts. So yes, it is all scientifically proven. Even gratitude, how gratitude changes everything, is very, very scientifically proven. And sorry, Vishaka, what was your question or sharing? I totally forgot and jumped onto something else.
No, you're sharing good thoughts. Actually, I was just asking that the book you were talking about that time. So, few things
So
were
yes,
very nice. So, can you
sorry,
share it?
yeah, I'll share that book. And this book proves very scientifically what happens to our thoughts and how do they take place in our, like, they form into diseases or happiness in our this thing body. So some people have really good thoughts, like, they are very pure and very, very pure in their thoughts and only good thoughts. You will see that their skin will shine. They will have a divine glow on their face. Very few people, but their entire body will shine. Like, every atom or molecule of their body will shine because their thoughts are so pure. If you want to become that, make sure that all your thoughts come out of only gratitude, and I promise you, you will start to shine. So yes, that is also one thing I wanted to just throw in there. And anything else that
I have
anyone
a
would like?
very stupid question.
Yes, please
Um,
ask.
so like, what if you want to, you want to fix a toxic like relation with your friends or anyone? Does that work with this practice? Like, it's toxic, but you still want to fix it. Like, even
Yes.
with friendships and everyone, does that
So
work?
in the chapter only, we had this thing, no, that if you have a past relationship or any, this chapter is entirely about that. If you have a negative or any toxic relationship, how to heal that. The entire
No,
chapter is about that.
like, I mean to say, like, the person's toxic, like my best friend, like I'm not speaking to my best friend and stuff. And the person is really toxic and wouldn't bring any good to your life, but you still want to fix the.
Yes, because that person is again the law of you. That person is toxic to you because you had those thoughts. You had certain negative thoughts about that person, that or a fear or worry, will this person cheat on me, is this friend loyal to me? Those thoughts create your world. So that person could be an amazing divine person to somebody else, because the other person, your friend is in a relationship with, has thought good thoughts about that person. But because any relationship you have with anyone is because of your thoughts, the other person is not in the relationship. Trust me, it is, everything is just your relationship with your own self. If you, like, I never doubt myself. Like, even if four people turn up into this session, so many times it's happened, four five people, I never doubt my capabilities, that it's okay. They might be busy, they might not be able to come. I don't doubt my session, that my sessions are not good enough. So don't doubt yourself, don't put yourself in any situation in life where you think that you are less, because you are enough. And when you cannot do that with any relationship, you feel that the other person is toxic. So nobody is toxic, and in a way all of us are toxic, all of us. So the entire chapter, just I would request Ashwarya, you read this chapter once again. You've read it so beautifully, thank you for it. It was an amazing, read really really well, and I love how you read with emotions. So yes, I would request you to please read this again, and you will understand, in much more detail when you read it again. So nobody is toxic, and in a way the entire thing is to remove the toxicity that all of us have.
Okay. So completely going off topic, if you think someone's toxic, like can you turn them into like a not so toxic person just by the way you think?
Yes, totally.
Okay.
Totally. You can change that person into the most beautiful person in your life just by having gratitude. So your a lot of gratitude pending for you, like with that person. So that is the only thing. Complaints about that person. That particular person could be extremely grateful to you, and he could turn into he or she could turn into a divine being just by being in your life. So it is just on you. It is the law of you that is working.
Thank you
Okay.
for explaining it so well, Mahima.
No problem at all. It wasn't stupid, but yes, it was simple, which is about this chapter was about, but it isn't stupid. So nothing is a stupid question, okay? I would just tell that to you guys. And anything else, or we can end the session today here.
Yeah, I would like to
Thank you.
share something.
Yes, please, Malvika.
I think going off of relationships, I actually tried to apply that today. One of my first team members that I hired for my business was really, really active in the beginning, and she helped me out a lot in scaling the business. But as we added more people, she became a lot more inactive. And then I used to complain, and I used to think, yeah, like why, she's not interested anymore. And I used to think she's not a good employee or not a good like team member. And then so I changed my approach and my thinking after reading this chapter. And I instead thought of all the times that, she helped me out in the beginning where it was just the two of us. And then so today I had a call with her and I told her all the good things that she's done for the business, and reminded her, and being grateful, and reminded her of everything that we've built together, which actually sparked the motivation again, which she was feeling very unmotivated. And after I reminded her and expressed it with a lot of gratitude, with a lot of love, and with a lot of appreciation for the work she's done, it brought back the motivation. And she's been working harder than ever. Since
Wow.
morning she's been at it. So that's definitely like one of the results I saw, which I think is so powerful. Like just how you treat your team, even if they're not working, remembering what they've done in times of motivation brings back the appreciation that they have for the company and for you.
Wow, that is an amazing share, Malvika, and I'm so happy to hear. So all of y'all don't know, she's just 20-year-old, and the sooner the magic comes into your life, the sooner you become a grateful person. So I'm so happy to hear this, to hear the magic's happening in her life. Thank you so much for practicing it and trusting magic in your life. And thank you once again, Malvika. It really is a treat to the ears listening to your story. Yes.
Thank you. It's all because of you. Like I come to these sessions and I sometimes I'll participate, other times I'll just listen, but they've definitely helped me a lot. So thank you for hosting these and reading these
You can really thank this book, because this book has given everything to us. So yes, thank you, Malvika, for practicing it. And I would love if people could share a little more from tomorrow. Just gather up some courage, and it is not about courage. I think almost everyone started sharing, which is wonderful. And I love when I hear such things, and I keep blessing everyone, like whoever shares and whoever doesn't share also, of course. So I bless all of you all and the magic book for giving us so much gratitude. And yes, so my battery is 1% and we need to go off.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes.
Mahima,
Thank
for
you so
such a
much.
nice session. And
Thank
you are
you.
right. Our thoughts drives us. That's
Yes.
truly very true.
Yes. And
So
thank you for switching on your videos today. It really felt like I'm connecting to, even if three people did it, it really meant something that I'm connecting to a lot of people. So thank you everyone for, doing so much and putting in so much efforts for these sessions. So
Thank you,
yes,
thank
Mahima.
you.
take care. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mahima. Bye.
Tada. Bye bye. Have a great day,
Bye,
all of you all.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.